thing now.
We're going to do the thing.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the pre-show, part of the show where we talk about what we're going to do on the show. I didn't even share the show onto my timeline or to any groups. I should probably do that while I'm here thinking
Probably
about it.
should.
But yeah, King Theoden died. I guess he did, in the movie. But the actor who played him, passed away.
Yeah.
And I don't. It sucks. I don't even remember his name. I'm sure it's on here somewhere.
Bernard something.
Bernard something. Captain
Yeah,
of the Titanic as well.
and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Bernard Hill.
Bernard Hill, yeah.
Bernard Hill. 50 shares on that for 4 hours ago. That's pretty good. He's a beloved actor. He's in a beloved film franchise and arguably one of the best. I mean, you can't even argue. It's top 10 movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Without any franchise help, just about a boat.
Just about a boat.
Just about a boat. I'm telling you, the Titanic movie, up till like right after they do it in the car, that point forward, it's a fantastic fucking movie. It's like one of the best disaster movies ever made. It's so damn fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. But yeah, we're gonna talk about, I guess, Star Wars Day, Free Comic Book Day. It was Camden Garden Club Appreciation Day as well, so I got some plants on the cheap.
I did just literally get done watching Tales of the Empire right before you messaged me.
Oh,
so
cool.
I have
the
not
Acolyte trailer come out. That was.
I have not yet seen part 1 of 3 of the Mutant Liberation X-Men episode yet. So
you haven't seen the X-Men?
But I know when I watched the last episode, and I saw Bastion, and I went, man, that guy's just a bag of dicks.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, Magneto goes like full on Magneto in the last episode, and it's like, I mean, he's doing it in his underwear.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, but yeah, we don't have any news from the big two. I figured we'd talk more about them in the context of Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah,
which happened. They had some great stuff out, and honestly, I didn't read a lot of the Free Comic Book Day shit, even though one of them is in my top 3, and they are eligible for top 3. They came out. Got a double dose of food news, of course, a moment of destruction.
When I was at the shop for a quick second, there was some stuff from IDW and Image that were not originally listed on our preview show earlier this week. They did have some free. Yeah, there was something from Vault. I don't remember what it was. There was a Maleficent one from Disney.
I do remember seeing that. I think that might be one from last year.
Yeah, there was a bunch of here's all our free comic books, check out.
Stuff that they've just had like in storage since last May, that didn't sell, and they're like, well, we're not gonna, just sell these or give them away outside of Free Comic Book Day. The whole goal of Free Comic Book Day. Another bad thing about Free Comic Book Day is I don't have any interior images of the Free Comic Book Day books. They just don't stream them or put them out on the internets. You know what I mean? To make them available. And I get it. That's not the point of them. But I don't have a comic shop close by, and I'm not driving 2 hours, I had so much shit to do Saturday. I'm just not, I can't do it anymore, man. It's too far away, and I had so much shit to do on Saturday. And I thought it was going to pour down fucking rain. It never ended up pouring rain at all, which is fine, I guess, because great, it didn't rain. But then I was like, well, I got to do something. And then I did way too much in the fucking yard yesterday, and I'm paying for it today. But, I mean, either way, shit got done. I don't know where Taylor is. He hasn't even seen the message yet. I wonder if he's getting any weather. I didn't want him to miss this week's intro. Got a new intro this week. Yeah, they are getting some weather, but not really. But yeah, I'm sure he'll see it. Hopefully he shows up. Maybe he's like, oh, Gomer's just going to cancel it again. That dick bag. Huge bag of dicks. Anyway, let's get it going. It's 7. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuckers think that just because a guy reads comics he can't start some shit?
I love that. Almost want to play it again for Taylor, because Mother's Day is next week. I don't even know if we're doing anything. He probably will. Damn. Yep. Oh, yeah. Get it, y'all. Reading Geeks. Welcome back. This is another episode of This Geek and Comics, Outright Geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
Oh, that way. No, that way. I'm reversed. Anyways, Gomer and Andy for now. Taylor didn't give me any indication that he wouldn't be here. He may be having some.
He's a wizard. He'll show up when he wants to show up.
Yeah, he's a wizard. He can show up whenever he wants. Segment 1, what did we do? I think everybody did the same thing. Free comic book day.
Yep.
Oh, there he is. Man, you missed the intro. Taylor. It's all new.
Thank God.
It was the scene in Mallrats where he goes. Never mind. I'll play it again. But Free Comic Book Day. We're in segment 1. It was cool. That happened, as well as International Star Wars Day.
Yeah, it's fun when those coincide with each other.
It is. It's also fun when they coincide with like a cool Marvel release or a movie release or something like that. We did get The Fall Guy, which is based on an old TV show from the 80s.
Oh, I had no idea about that.
Oh.
But,
that it was based on a show from the 80s?
I'll take it. Yeah, I knew about about the movie, but I've never heard of this TV show.
Yeah, me neither.
Say it's
Oh yeah, it was based on a show from the 80s of the same name called The Fall Guy, and he was a stunt man who solved crimes on the side.
Okay, well, I've never heard of that, but I'll take your word for it.
And then of course X-Men '97, Magneto in underwear fixing the world.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people pointing out that he had on clothes, so Bastion must have stripped him down at some point.
Well, yeah, Bastion is a bag of dicks, so yeah, Bastion's going to do that.
But how did everyone enjoy Free Comic Book Day? Any stories, anything, any coolness? I didn't do anything. I gardened all day because I'm an asshole. I don't drive to the comic shop, which kind of sucks. I did get to read a lot of the Free Comic Book Day books, but just because they send them to me. But anyway. Anybody do anything special? I mean, I know that's just some shops they'd have cool little extra things going on.
Well, they had a raffle going, and there were plenty of people there. Not plenty of people who weren't regulars or anything like that. So yeah, it was fun. But I guess nice. I don't have any remarkable story.
Yeah, cool. Nothing special about me. Just took a quick peek in the shop, grabbed my stuff, and just left real quick.
Awesome. Well, one thing I did do Saturday was watch Backlash, the WWE. It's not even called a pay-per-view anymore because technically, it's called a PLE, a premium live event. And it was mid. It was an okay thing. But Jesus fucking Christ, the French crowd. I don't know if you watched, Andy, because I think they should do every pay-per-view on fucking Saturday afternoon.
They were talking about this, I think, during the media scrub. Is that most, not all of them, but most of the not Big Five, but the Big Five will be in America, which is WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, the Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, and SummerSlam. But the other pay-per-views might be other places in the world.
It's a good idea.
They already got Clash in the Castle, which is going to be in Scotland.
Can't wait for that one. Drew McIntyre going to own that fucking shit. It's going to be great. CM Punk going to finally get his ass kicked.
One can hope. And then
there's one in Saudi Arabia, which is a little iffy. I think that one's actually.
We don't talk about
King of the Ring. Isn't that King of the Ring? That's going to be.
Yeah, King of the Ring, King and Queen of the Ring is going to be in Saudi.
Yeah. I mean, any of these organizations that do international business, they're occasionally going to do shit in China, do things in Saudi Arabia, do things in these places that have real shitty human rights infractions.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So that is just kind of part and parcel for this. Sadly, that doesn't make it right, but it is common, which arguably makes it even worse. But hey, whatever.
Yeah.
And France is also hosting the Olympics, which made it even kind of a bigger deal.
Yeah, it's good to see France. Finally doing well for itself. But,
after hundreds of years.
Yeah,
just the birthplace of fine cuisine, birthplace of cinema.
The birthplace of the modern republic,
war without the assistance of France. Finally, France getting WWE action.
But you know what? They do NFL games and shit overseas all the time nowadays. But I bet this was more of a draw because
it was the biggest gate in wrestling history, in WWE history, and that doesn't mean the most people. That means they made the most money.
Yeah, they're talking about the average ticket price being $300 a seat. And that place was jam-packed.
Yeah,
but
dude,
I mean,
they were chanting the whole time.
Wrestling is something that people get really passionate about, and like this is a starved audience. There's not a close substitute really for like professional wrestling in most of these other venues.
There's not.
No, there's not.
New Japan, if you can find it, but everything else is just kind of. Even New Japan is kind of me sometimes.
Well, I'm saying go
ahead.
Like France is not Japan.
Yeah.
It's just as easy for them to get here than it would be for them to get to Japan. So like, this is. I'm not surprised that there was a rabid audience ready for this.
Well, I think we're going to see the same thing in Scotland here in a month.
Yeah, in Scotland. Scotland's up next with Clash in the Castle. Then I think
Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure what they're going to look like in terms of the audience. doing shit. I don't know what that crowd looks like. I know they've had.
The only thing that's going for them right now is the fact that Saudi is actually allowing the women to actually have better, longer matches, and Sami Zayn actually is there. So I mean.
Yeah.
And if you know, you know. If you don't, well, then pick up a book and read it.
Yeah. Did anybody else do anything cool this weekend? I mean, there really wasn't that much else going on. There was, Free Comic Book Day and they did put the Phantom Menace back in theaters, and it was actually the #2 movie this weekend.
Man, people have come full circle on the prequel trilogy. I still think they suck, but people have developed quite a strong nostalgia for those movies.
They really have.
When the prequels trilogy came out, I thought they were just good. Now, yes, they've grown, and I've come to enjoy them a little bit better. But I'm not one of those people who just immediately soured on them and thought they were bad.
Yeah, I mean, story-wise, they're not. I don't like any of the stories that's going on. Okay,
I mean, when
the third one is a little bit better, but it's the fights, dude. The special effects, the fights, the battles in the second one. It's great, dude. The space battle. The biggest is even cool.
Yeah, even the biggest haters of the prequel, and I'm probably the biggest hater amongst the panelists here.
Right.
I have nothing bad to say about like Duel of the Fates. I have nothing bad to say about like how much fun the pod racing scene is. Maybe it goes on for a little long, but it is a spectacle,
Yeah.
I can't
take
anything
even
away
the dumb, little Annie in this fucking spaceship, doing this thing at the end.
Oh,
it's all
no,
I
still hate
looks
that.
Great. It looks great, though.
You pushed it too far because absolutely that still sucks.
Here's Taylor. Yeah. Taylor's like, oh, it's all good. It's all good. No, the ending sucks. It sucks.
No, I mean, okay, like of the three, that's the movie I hate the most, to be perfectly honest. It's my least favorite Star Wars movie. And a big part of it is the fact that they have a fucking nuclear generator in their parking garage. They pull him in, an enemy ship. That is the worst fucking invasion force of all time.
Droids are terrible. How do those droids?
They could not possibly have succeeded. Yeah. They were pulling enemy ships in to exploit their biggest weak point.
Yeah.
He killed them by accident.
Droids are not smart. They're not clones.
Whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing else happening this weekend y'all want to talk about? Let's do it.
I didn't go see Fall Guy yet. I'm going to see that next weekend. My mom wants to go see it, and she didn't want to go opening weekend.
Like I said during the pre-show, before this even started, I finished up the Tales to the Empire. Just binge watched the whole entire hour and a half of it. It was really well done. Everything for Elspeth up until Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian came, and then Bass's story was excellent too. It was just well done.
Nice. Hell yeah. I'll have to put it on the list. Let's do news. For news, I figured we'd be talking about most of the stuff that's happening for Free Comic Book Day. Including the comics, which we can pick Free Comic Book Day comics for top threes, and I did pick one even though I didn't read.
I don't think there's much point to doing a review of a free book,
Well, no, of course, but I mean, it was still dope. I'm doing it. Anyway, Flash Gordon.
Reviews are for like, should you check this out? If it's free, there's no downside to doing so. Just do it.
You're right. Yeah, we did, Jeff. Thanks for stopping by.
Picked up a bunch of books, man. We'll talk about them here in the top three.
Yeah, he
guarantee we will.
I hope everybody got books. That's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, back to Flash Gordon is coming back thanks to Mad Cave Studios and King Features. The sci-fi adventure will be written by Jeremy Adams, art by Will Conrad, colors by Lee Luffridge, letters by Taylor Esposito. This actually started with a Free Comic Book Day book that came out this week. #0, Flash Gordon #0. I don't know if anybody caught that. I did not.
I think that one was out. I think that was the one that I think that's the one that like the spec crowd must have descended upon.
Oh, possibly.
I think they didn't have this by the time I got there an hour after it opened.
Right. The next issue, this issue that we're highlighting here, on the 24th of July. So you got a bit of a wait. He awakens on a secret prison planet somewhere in the galaxy. Learn that Dale Arden is the subject of an assassination plot. He's forced to break out and make his way across the galaxy to save her. On the way, he'll encounter old friends, new threats, and a greater mystery surrounding who is pulling all the strings. But it's Ming. I mean,
it's always Ming.
It's always fucking Ming.
It's always Ming. I mean,
it's always Ming. So
actually, that was one thing I was going to bring up is like a lot of people who look back on Flash Gordon nowadays, like, do find the character of Ming the Merciless to be, let's just say, culturally insensitive.
Oh, most definitely culturally insensitive.
Definitely, dude.
So it'll be interesting to see how they adapt that to a more modern. I mean, they don't have to do much; they just have to make him less of a caricature, really.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, that'll be an interesting like thing to see them like, modernize a bit.
Yeah, we got Riley Brown, Dan Panosian, and Will Conrad on these three covers. This character debuted in 1934, but was never more famous than that fucking movie.
Flash. I mean, honestly, the song is more famous than the movie, and the movie is more famous than the other material.
Thank God for people who hear that movie.
Yeah, a lot of people who hear that might not even have any idea that it's for the Flash Gordon movie.
That it's in that movie.
Right? Yeah.
All right, Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino are back. More Bone Orchard. This time they're going into space.
Oh, shit.
Planet Mars.
Jeff Lemire doing, like, space horror is... I didn't realize how much I wanted it until you mentioned it just now.
He did a book. Fucking excellent.
He did a book on TKO. Oh man, I can't remember the name of it. David would know it right away, but it was kind of like space horror-ish, and it was kind of like a 2001-esque story, where the computer kind of takes care of the kids and takes that like a bit too far and like murders all the adults. It's so fun, but. Again, and Andy and I, and Taylor to a smaller extent, simply because he hasn't read them all yet, because he's a trade waiter for this.
I'm a trade waiter.
So yeah, this is a trade though. This is a trade though.
Okay, all right. So I can just get it out the gate. That's nice.
Yeah. So we're not sure how all of this is going to connect. How is all of this going to connect?
So far between the
I've got so far under my belt is Bone Orchard, so I don't have an opportunity to connect. I have one piece of the puzzle
the well
so far.
Story, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Between all the three that are out,
sorry, 10,000 Black Feathers is what I meant to say.
Yes, yeah.
Between the three, or is it just two? 3?
It's the 10,000 Tenement, and I think that's it, right?
Oh yeah, so I think those are the only two out so far. So yeah, this is
between the two of them right now. There's no connected, no connection between the two of them. So I mean, when Jeff Lemire comes out and goes, "This is how it's all connected," we're gonna be like, "Wow, you're the smartest person ever, Jeff."
Well, we already know that.
I have absolute faith in Jeff Lemire. If he says that he's got like something that's going to knock my socks off, I have got the hamper ready to put my socks in after he knocks them off.
Right. Okay. So there was the prelude called Shadow Eater. That was a free comic book day 2022, and then a series. There was The Passageway, which was an original graphic novel, and then 10,000 Black Feathers, and then
that's what I was thinking about was The Passageway.
And now Starseed. Yeah, and now Starseed. So, yeah, that's rad, dude. And I'm a big fan of this team. I love what they're doing here. This is going to be out October 2nd in...
during Halloween month, too.
Yeah.
For Halloween.
And then October 15th everywhere else. So, direct market comic book shops are getting the first go at it, which is awesome. Definitely have a review for that. We typically do not review, like, graphic novels, original graphic novels. We may mention them, but that's probably what we'll just end up doing here. But I'm definitely getting my hands on
them. Well, I mean, usually we don't mention trades just because, like, they're collections of things we've already had a chance to review.
Yeah.
Individual issues. But, yeah, if it comes out, like, as a trade, I think that definitely qualifies.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
It qualifies as a whole entire book.
Right. All right, here, the quickie. Terminator is back at Dynamite for the 40th anniversary. With Studio Canal SAS, new stories and reprints, and there is a lot to reprint. I mean, Terminator was first 88 to 90. at Now Comics that had some Alex Ross the shit with it. Picked up by Dark Horse for a decade in the 90s, where it gave us the amazing Frank Miller's RoboCop versus Terminator,
which is one of the best ever.
Walter Simonson helped out on that. And they had that up to 2019, doing some fun stuff. I remember there was a Transformers Terminator that was really fun. You know, it was stupid, but it was a whole lot of fun. Malibu got a license separately in 95 to do some weird shit. Oh, no, Terminator 2, the movie license, went to Malibu. Beckett Comics adapted Terminator 3. It's weird how you have the Terminator license, but you don't automatically get the rights to do the adaptation of a current movie. I found that weird.
Must be separate.
IDW had Salvation in 2009. In 2020, they published Terminator Transformers, like I said. But yeah, here we go. There's a Kickstarter happening right now for collected editions, and a new series announcement should come at Comic-Con soon. A Comic-Con. We're not sure which one. Maybe Emerald City. I think that's the next one. But that's cool. Terminator, I mean, it's great. It's a great license. I mean, it's just dope.
Yeah,
it's a good license, yeah.
It's dope.
It's on the Mount Rushmore for like beloved 80s franchises.
Exactly.
And now we are actually in the year of Terminator 2024, so what, this is the year that Skynet goes alive. I mean, we're all doomed.
What day is Judgment Day?
I'll have to look that up, man. It moved for a while.
I'm sure somebody set up a website that like has a
the original Judgment Day was, I know that Skynet
August 29th, 1997. But and then
there's a sliding scale.
July 25th, 2003. There's a lot of them. It keeps moving. It keeps moving.
Yeah, because of the time.
Let me see if I can find one in this decade. The 2020s. In Jade's world, Skynet became aware in 2021. In the Dark Fate timeline, it happened in the 2020s. I have no idea. It moves around.
I just remember that the original Terminator movie came out in 1984. And then he said 40 years from now, it's us all shit, which is 2024, which is now. So.
Oh, okay. So maybe he's not saying like the Judgment Day 40 years later.
He says from 40 years in the future. So we're
all
all
like they have calendars. They don't have Facebook.
Yeah, it's all well after Judgment Day. That's my mistake.
Yeah. So that's cool. I'm down with new Terminator comics. And I think they should continue to have fun with it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of examples right now of taking licenses that are old from the 80s and making them fun, and shit, Dynamite is one of them.
Yep.
Dynamite's really having a resurgence in the past couple of years when it comes to taking properties that don't belong to them and making them awesome. And it's happening right now with all that Disney shit. It's happening with a whole lot of stuff they've got going on, and I can't wait to see this. I'm stoked. All right, lastly, Popeye is back, okay? 40-page, $5 first issue on August 7th from Massive. It's called Iron Lie Popeye. It's a new 5-issue.
I love the
series.
artwork for that cover.
Yeah, I love the artwork for that. There's also there was a free comic book day thing for this as well. But I also believe this one was highly sought after by the spec crowd. But yeah, I love this art they've got going on here. It's almost like a manga style.
Popeye's like weird ass forearms, like rendered with like detailed musculature, looks very weird. And that little like
I like it though, dude.
One.
Yeah,
it's interesting, but it's just it's a little unnerving to be perfectly frank. But
yeah.
This is the only thing that was supposed to be muscular about Popeye was his arms. Everything else is just like a skinny white boy with this big muscly arms.
This is all new, all different Popeye.
I'm not complaining. I mean, Jack's Popeye is cool, but still, it's a little different than what I'm used to.
There's going to be a story about how Popeye lost his eye.
Wow.
Oh, you see, Jeff got a copy of the free comic book Popeye.
You,
nice.
Jeff.
He said it was great, so there's your little mini review for that. That's awesome.
That's the one I was talking about. The one with him like punching the ground, like the muscles on his forearm there.
That's dope.
That's
I like it, dude. I like it.
I
like Popeye. Popeye's always been there.
Popeye is like.
It's like some timeless shit, dude.
Yeah, Popeye has been part of the pop culture. I mean, he's found new life on the internet now because people keep making like Popeye versus videos. of him just like punching the dog shit out of like Goku or like Superman
obliterating people.
You know?
I fucking love
Popeye
it.
Popeye is the OG One Punch Man.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Death Battle actually did One Punch Man versus Popeye, and even One Punch Man cannot defeat Toon Physics.
95-year-old property. Holy crap!
And everybody, I'm going to take the most ultimate hot take ever. The Popeye movie is excellent.
Oh, the Popeye movie is amazing. It's
Robin Williams,
Shelley Duvall. Isn't it Shelley? Oh, Shelley Long. You're right, not Shelley Duvall. Long. That's a different Shelley. But yeah, dude, that movie is fucking amazing film. Dope. I love that movie.
Leaned right into the camp of it.
This music in it is fucking great.
Yes, it is.
It's a good movie, dude. Yeah, fuck the haters on that movie.
Hey, someone agreed with me. Great,
Gary.
good movie.
Thank you, Gary. He was at Comic Book Day
Validation.
this year, I'm sure. Yes.
Most people he's rocking the Darth Maul emblem for his picture there too.
Yep. All right, well that's it for news. I said there wasn't a bunch of news. It was all Free Comic Book Day. They blew their wads, so let's get right into a moment because just a moment. Gary again. I hear there is a reboot. Oh yeah, I did hear that as well. We didn't get any news on it.
Yeah, no news so far.
I do hope it's animated.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we're supposed to do food first. Let's do food. Gary got
yummy.
Gary.
God damn it, Gary.
Don't blame it, Gary, for your own incompetence. You piece of shit.
McDonald's is making the worst thing ever.
Gary. This is Gomer's fault.
It is my fault. But McDonald's is doing the worst thing ever. It's called the Double Big Mac. It's not available widely yet, but it's going to be tested in market soon. I implore anyone, please, if they are testing this in your market, I want you to buy one and then tell them how fucking nasty it is.
No,
because
do not buy it.
It
is evil and it needs to be destroyed.
This is weird, destroy it, dude. I mean, look at that. I feel sick to my stomach just looking at it.
Yeah, I can. I feel like I could. It's giving me indigestion just like looking at the picture here.
Yeah, I mean,
I can feel my doctor already yelling at me for looking at.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. The doctor said your cholesterol went up 5 points just by watching that fucking video on YouTube. Do not watch this show when they're talking about this sort of food. But again, they're testing it. You know, check your local McDonald's or don't. You're safer not to. But even worse, or possibly better.
Actually,
I'd still like to try them.
This
New
is better.
Sour Patch Kid Oreos.
It's better by a small margin, but it's.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
just
better.
Not sure. I'm just not sure.
It's for your Sour Patch lovers.
Oreos take some swings, you know, like they go for it with some of these crossovers, and I don't think this one's going to be a hit for me, but I think that if you like Sour Patch Kids, I mean, I don't think this will make it worse.
We are literally responsible for Gary's coronary on the show. He died watching a McDonald's burger.
God, get that burger off the screen.
Limited edition, of course. Available tomorrow, May 6th. For a limited time.
Yeah, that's probably just for your Sour Patch lovers. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Sour Patch.
I mean, some of the like weird Oreos they put out are legit pretty good. But then like I will say that like a lot of them also make me miss original Oreos, and maybe that was the goal all along. I don't know.
Dude, it's all a conspiracy. Like New Coke.
It's the same thing as New Coke. Yeah, he beat me. New Coke.
Like new fucking Coke. You know, we know that you're going to come back. We know you're going to, not only do we know you're going to try New Coke, we know you're going to fucking hate it. And then we know we're going to introduce original Coke back. And even if you don't like Coke, you're still going to buy it. But there it is. There's your food news. I'm going to find those Oreos, y'all. I'll find them. All right. Now it's time for a moment. I have to do it. Okay. And again, I'm sorry. This is my number one book. I fuck Taylor and reviewing Free Comic Book Day books. Danny Warren Johnson, Robert Kirkman, Joshua Williamson, Ryan Otley, Lorenzo De Felici, and Jason Howard doing the Energon Universe 2024 special. This is actually releasing again next week as a couple of different books with different variant covers because they know people are going to buy this shit. But
yeah,
again, it was very hard to get images. We see the fate of Megatron. I just got this from some dude on Reddit. But in the Void Rivals book, fucking Hot Rod shows up. You guys read this, right?
I haven't read it yet. No.
Okay.
I have read the Free Comic Book Day.
That's this.
I got a fucking pile of my free comic book day stuff because they didn't limit us to 10 books this time. So yeah, I got a pile.
So it does explain how Optimus got Megatron's arm cannon. I'm not going to ruin that here because it was such a great fucking panel. But Cobra Law shows up. I know Taylor doesn't give a shit about that.
I don't.
But then we got Hot Rod showing up again. But on the G.I. Joe side, dude, General Hawk is conniving. Flint and Lady J show up trying to capture the
General
Baroness.
Hawk is such a conniving bastard in this issue.
General Hawk is like, Duke cannot know that I'm making 2 teams. And it's like, wait, what? What? So, yeah, Cobra isn't even established yet, and General Hawk is like kind of a bad guy. I'm loving this. I loved seeing Flint and Lady J show up. I had such a great time with this book, man.
Yeah,
and it's free. Go to the shop. They probably still have some. Go to your comic shop. But yeah, Andy read it. What did you think? It's just
good.
building. It was just like a more onto the hill.
It was adding those extra little steps that we wanted. That David Warren Johnson started with the original Transformers series. And it also built on Duke, and also built on some of the Cobra stuff that we've saw so far.
Little bit.
Those little bits and pieces.
Void Rivals, seeing all these little Cybertronian cameos is really fucking cool.
And then the Void Rivals stuff there, he just kind of brought in this a little bit of that too, just bringing it all together. And once this Energon universe gets up and running, it's just going to get up and running.
Yeah,
probably
awesome.
unless one of these other books that we're going to talk about today, because definitely one of them is going to be Book of the Year candidate. This will probably be another Book of the Year candidate.
Transformers or this free comic book day issue?
This free comic book day issue, because
I mean, it really did. If they can pay us off,
if it pays off
everything that they're talking about, what may happen, dude. Megatron's about to go ape shit. The Hawk is fucking around. Void Rivals has got to come to a head eventually. You know,
I'm just saying, for everything that is going on right now in the Energon universe.
Yeah.
That is happening, and we still got Scarlet and Destro book coming out soon.
I know. By the end of the year, you're right. I mean, as part of, we might be able to do like our favorite shared universes, because Valiant is also coming back. We'll talk about that tomorrow night. So we might be able to do.
You know what I'm going to do the second this episode? The second we're done doing this, I'm going to watch the Bloodshot movie because it's free on Prime.
Nice. Jeff's saying I think they're going to do another Energon book, same exact free comic book day, but coming out on a regular comic day. They are. This issue is actually it's getting new covers, new variant covers, and it is going to be released on this coming up Wednesday. We will talk about that tomorrow night on the preview show for sure. All right, well let's where the hell did the video go? Oh, let's do top 3. Let's do it. Let's get it done. It sucks that Taylor didn't get to read that, and I figured he would. You know, he just gets his book yesterday, and he already got plans. You know, he's got time to read 20 comic books in 2 damn days. You got to spread that shit out. But
yeah, absolutely correct. It was way too many comic books to even read or even get to. I still have a stack of stuff. I have free comic books I haven't even touched yet. So
X-Men 34 was great. Lots of cool relationship angles there. Sons of Star Trek was another fun issue.
That was okay.
It's just cool seeing all of these characters from different iterations of Trek, you know, showing up.
I do like the Tuvok.
Tuvix.
Yeah, Tuvok, Neelix.
Yeah, it's like they never separated them. Janeway turned the other cheek and let him be both. Tuvix. So whatever. Anyway, but my number 3, and I'm not sure with that ending how anybody could not have this on their list. Blood Hunt number 1.
Blood Hunt's on my. I think that's my number 2 this week. Yeah, that's my number 2.
My honorable mentions.
Jed McKay, Pepe Larraz, beautifully drawn, full of action.
Yeah, for definitely the artwork in here was the major selling point for me with Pepe Larraz. Like, but yeah, like all the different battle scenes, all the different just him beautifully rendering just how fucked everything is right now.
Yeah,
and the Doctor Doom stuff in that was really well done too.
It was brief, but yeah, it was beautiful.
It was brief. This is like
he was ready.
Well, he's like, well, here we go.
Yeah, he was ready.
Well, I think it's like official canon that he has like the goddamn true crucifix in his armor just in case Dracula ever.
Oh yeah, he does. Him. He still has it. It's right there. It doesn't show it, but it's like somewhere in his armor. It's like sitting right next to his heart, I think.
That's awesome. But yeah, it does play out, and that's why it wasn't higher. It does play out nearly like every other Jed McKay book I've read in like the past year.
I mean, we have yet another mini boss squad that they are dealing with. And like, if you've been reading Avengers for the last year, we have at least 3, I want to say, like mini boss squads that we've dealt with up to this point.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Jeff's talking about the red band version. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a second.
Yep, that's my honorable mention is the red band version.
Yeah, but yeah, Taylor's right. It's just another mini boss squad. But here was that crazy ending.
Yeah, which one thing I will say, I think they overplayed their hand a little bit
early on in the issue.
What I mean is that like there is, of course, no way that they have killed Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and Thor, and expect me for a second to believe any of that is going to stick.
I know they're going to be vampires or some shit.
No,
like even that's not going to stick.
Exactly.
That's why this is only just an honorable mention for because it's like immediately they're killing off all these characters who they're already spoiling for later on in the series.
Yeah, the second issue solicit mentions that Doctor Strange and Clea are up to stuff, doing stuff. Trying to fix shit. But yeah, the red band, I do have one panel comparison here. See how different it is? I mean, they went full out. It's like a whole other page there.
Oh man, I haven't seen that many intestines in a Marvel book since Century ripped Ares in half.
So, yes, that red band version does have a couple of different panels in it, and it gets gory.
Yeah, it really does. We'll talk about more next week, but thanks to this book, I guess they're doing a whole lot of like R-rated books now where you can buy a red band version.
That's interesting. I mean, I recognize in some sense this is Marvel like getting you to buy 2 of the same issue and getting more money. Right. But that being said, I mean, I guess the days where it was mostly kids reading comic books, those days are past. Exactly. So like it is good for them to like definitely label it, definitely label yo, mom,
they're
don't take this for your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, just make sure that the red band version is meant for people over the age of 17. Everything else is PG-13.
No, I mean, like, I could definitely live with like more like Wolverine red band or like Punisher red band or something like that,
X-Force.
X-Force, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, X-Force belongs in the red band section.
Right. So yeah, I'm not all in on Blood Hunt. I am going to check creators.
It was a fun first issue.
Yeah, it was a fun
first issue. It's definitely one of these ones where like you have to go in expecting like what you're seeing is not going to stick.
And it's all a big summer blockbuster event for Marvel. Yeah. And that's what it felt like. And you can't deny Pepe Larraz's art. I wasn't expecting the Blade twist at the end. I honestly wasn't expecting.
No, I mean, I guess that explains why there isn't a. We were talking on Monday last week, like, where's all the Blade books? Isn't this? This is definitely a Blade event. I guess it sort of is. He's the bad guy in this event. It looks like.
Yeah.
It looks like all we're gonna have is his daughter in the Dracula book. I think they're gonna. Yeah, so maybe Dracula is gonna be like an anti kind of hero in this. He's like, I didn't want this to happen. That sounds like Dracula. Damn it, these assholes! I didn't want them to take over the world like this. I want to be in charge. Anyway, Taylor, honorable mentions and.
All right, honorable mention for sorry, I get my pile out here. For Godzilla versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #2. It's as stupid as it sounds, and
I didn't grab this. I must have missed this.
Honestly, there's not.
It is.
They come out kind of slow in this first issue. We see like the Tiger Zord fighting a bunch of like motherfucking Power Rangers villains, and we see Godzilla show up for a brief amount, but they're actually, I guess, saving like Godzilla versus Megazords and shit like that for the issues to come.
Yeah, you got to build up a little bit.
Sure. Deadpool, Wolverine, World War III is an honorable mention. Joe Kelly is perhaps my favorite Deadpool writer, and this was a fun start. We get plenty of like dismemberment and everything from two very hacky slashy characters. Although my biggest complaint, I don't know how I'm supposed to read this. Is this, if I'm reading it just like as presented on the cover, Deadpool, World War III, Wolverine? Is that the fucking title of this?
No, it's Deadpool, Wolverine, World War III.
I assume so, but why did they range it like that on this? Is the name of the book just World War III? I mean,
it's weird. It's weird.
Whatever. Anyway, the point is that
it is weird.
Also, like you, I'll throw in an honorable mention for X-Men #34. Just we're kind of bopping around the X-Men's different battlefronts here. And yeah, I do like this conversation with Kitty and Logan here at the very end, where like, you know, she's like, at the one point she's like, I should have left you to rot in your cell, and like she has that look on her face like, oh shit, who have I become that person?
Yeah,
or,
no,
like,
you should become this motherfucker right here.
Yeah,
basically, you know.
Yeah, I'm still curious as to what the fuck Charles is supposed to be doing. I don't know.
I know. It ends. It feels like the fall of X is going to end kind of like with a whimper, and that's fine. It was the journey getting there was really, really great in places. But
regardless of whether they stick the landing or not, this is definitely going to go down as like one of the most memorable stretches for the X-Men we've had in a very long time. You know,
agreed. 100%.
Exactly.
Overall, one of the best. But yeah. So my actual number 3 this week is Incredible Hulk number 12. My goodness, wild. It is nice to have Nick Klein back. But
this issue was short as fuck.
It was like pretty short because like there's a lot of big like double page things like this where like we have like the transformation sequences, which I will take Nick Klein drawing a grotesque Hulk transformation sequence. That's fun. Agreed. But I really like the setup here where like we have Hulk and Banner have both been moved into like this spirit cage, and you know they're apparently they are canonically two different beings enough to the point where they each have their own soul apparently.
That's crazy, dude.
That should make that a really fun arc, because I'm sure that like what I assume is going to happen like next issue is Banner's going to be like, but we got to go save Charlie, and Hulk's like, ah shit, you're right, and like we're going to get like a wacky team up between Banner and Hulk here. Yeah. But it's also a fun setup because like his body is going fucking nuts back in the real world because he turned back into the Hulk as soon as Banner's soul was ripped out, and he's gonna just go around and wreck shit around Strange Academy, and that could be a lot of fun too.
Yes, yeah, I really think so too. Strange Academy is always fun, no matter what they've got going on. Oh, yeah, but yeah, having a Hulk
I'm glad to see it. Like, so cool. I'm glad to see those characters in that setting like continue to be used. That was like Scotty Young's like pet project, and now that this is I think the first time I remember seeing it being used at all by a writer other than him, so that should be fun.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, great issue, and again, Klein being back was my favorite part. My favorite part for sure. All right, Andy, honorable mentions.
We talked about my honorable mention, which was the Blood Hunt. I have both of them. I have the Free Comic Book Day and the Red Band one, and the Red Band one is slightly better, but it's still it's like slow start, interesting twist. Yeah. We already talked about that. All the rest of the Free Comic Book Day stuff I read, which is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1, and then I did get to read the chance The Worlds of James Tynion 4, which was just freaking insane.
Yeah. I did not read this.
It was just like, yeah, that sounds about right. My number 3 goes to Space Ghost.
That is my number 2. David Pepos, Jonathan Lau. It's fantastic.
It is
I didn't imagine this was going to make my list. I didn't believe it.
It's good to see Space Ghost back. This was a really good starting issue, reintroducing the character in the most grandioso style I could ever think of.
This ain't your grandparents' Space Ghost.
Yeah, this is Batman Space Ghost.
Yeah, he's basically a cosmic vigilante. Jan and Jace live on a space station with their scientist father, and Blip the monkey is actually the experiment that their dad was working on, and it's like such a cool experiment that everybody in the galaxy wants it, and they're willing to murder Jan and Jace for it, but your ever-loving Space Ghost shows up.
So good.
We got our Brack, sort of, whatever.
Man, if I read this, it would be so hard for me to take Brack seriously, because
and you don't have to. David Pepos sort of plays it up where these guys look like they are going to be badasses, but Space Ghost just kind of dumps them in their place.
But like Brack specifically was like in the 90s. You remember like Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, and all that. Like Brack was he had that 90s humor. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but I honestly hated it. But I guess I was a little young for it at the time.
Yeah. No, fantastic issue. I had a really good time with this. I can't wait to read the rest.
I don't disagree with you, Taylor, but yeah, when Space Ghost just comes up to Brax and just dumps him like instantaneously, it's just like that seems about right.
But no, that was a badass looking Space Ghost, and that is cool to see.
It really is, dude. It does sort of Batman eyes, but it's still early. It's still really
still
early.
It's
still have opportunity to pull in a lot of heart and
given an infinite amount of time, every character will eventually have their turn as being Batman, Superman, or Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, excellent choice for number 3. Because that was my number 2. Taylor, your number 2.
My number 2 is Blood Hunt.
Oh, that's right. We're almost done. What is your number 2?
Blood Hunt. My number 2 is Bear Pirate Viking Queen. That is a long title.
The main reason I like this is because of the art. The art is fantastic.
I had to I'm sitting here looking at the comic book, having to read it, going like, how do I say this correctly? But yes, the artwork sells this book 100%, and the story goes with it just so well.
That is breathtaking.
It is really well done.
Really
dude.
good. The double panels, the double page panel on this is really good.
Yeah, not just the art itself, but the layout and everything. This is all just chef's kiss.
It really is good. Yeah. I'm not even really sure what it's about. It's basically about a pirate Viking.
It's about a bear pirate Viking queen.
But it's not.
Idiot.
It's not. There's a war going on, and
yeah,
it's wild, dude.
There's a lot going on, and
there is, but I really just liked it.
I mean, they wrote you a fucking paragraph in the title.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pages to go through. It's a little long. It's like 60 some pages long.
It was extra big. Yeah,
it's extra big. It was worth the money, but it's just the artwork is so beautiful, and the fact that it's just such a great story tied in with the artwork. It sells itself.
It really does. I enjoyed it. I'm ready for issue 2. I'm actually issue 2. All right, that's back to me for number 1. Yeah, you guys are just gonna hate me because I did choose a free comic book day book, the Energon book. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. It was
don't apologize.
I'm not gonna. It's something you need to apologize for. I would not. I would not consider this something that needs to be reviewed just because.
Yeah.
If you want it, go get it. It's free.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Well, I guess not anymore, but still.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, this touched all the right notes for me. It's exactly what I wanted from this universe on Free Comic Book Day. Yeah, as soon as I put it down, I was like, "Yep, that's the one. That's the one." So, you guys each have a number 1 left.
Yeah.
I think it's the same.
Well, I mean, we haven't mentioned Immortal Thor yet, so yeah, Immortal Thor is my number 1.
It's Immortal Thor.
Of course. Yeah. This your number 1 too, Andy?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this was insanely cool, dude.
Fucking amazing issue.
Yeah, I mean, the fight itself is really interesting because it's really the meta narrative going on here.
Yes.
Where we have Thor forced to think in these obnoxious cliches, and he just goes out here and just beats the dog shit out of Roxxon Thor here. But all the time we know that's exactly as they planned. It's all according to Cake. And they frame him for fucking murder.
Yeah.
And
perfect,
I love,
dude.
Yeah, and I just all the cliches he thinks in. It's not what it looks like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the way that Ewing was playing with the word balloons, and some were actual him talking, and others were him thinking, and some of them he second guessed what he was saying. Did I say that out loud? And the other Thor knew what he was thinking. Just very well done. It's almost like Roxxon is just fucking with Thor.
They are, yeah.
It's very well done, dude. It's just perfect. Perfectly well done. Great issue.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not really much else
now
to
I
say
can't wait for...
It was leading from point A to point B.
Yeah, I can't wait for Roxxon Thor to actually face off against real Thor at some point down the line.
Oh, we'll see. I mean,
he's fucking dead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they made Roxxon Thor even a thing. It looks like he was all technology driven.
Well, he was like a golem or whatever. Apparently, he was I don't recognize the name they dropped. They said he was the Keep, somebody from a previous. I don't know who that is. From
I don't know who that is either.
Some previous Thor story that I am not familiar with. But yeah, this basically was just a big fight. But I love the way that Al Ewing is kind of working in the fact that this is a comic book character of a mythology character, and but that's always been true about Thor, but now he's making it part of the story,
but in like a new and refreshing way, bringing in social relevance and
also, hey, there's a nice little fuck you to capitalism. So I know that definitely helps you.
Always.
Capitalism is evil.
Always. So yeah, some really great books this week. There had to be, with Free Comic Book Day going on, they all needed books in the shop. I read the Nightwing annual. I didn't care for it. It was all about what's her name.
I mean,
I didn't read anything else from DC.
Anything from that era of Nightwing's past is just something that I'm not interested in.
When he was Rick,
Rick Grayson,
lame.
All those annuals I did not even look at or touch or just didn't want anything to do with.
Yeah,
because even the Flash annual even looked good. It was this Barry Allen came back. I'm like, I don't know. No,
I just wasn't interested either. Yeah. All right, that's us, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. If you like what we're doing, you'll love what the bullies are doing. Leroy and Eli talking all kinds of shit over there on their podcast that comes out later on tonight. If you want links to everything they got going on and everything we got going on, go to outrightgeekery.com. All the videos, socials, audios, everything that you'll need, including the bully stuff and especially the group. No bullying. Go to facebook.com, look it up at Outright Geekery, and then you'll go to look, great show. Stop lying, Jeff. We appreciate it, but
thanks, Jeff.
He's such a nice guy. No bullying over in the group on Facebook. Andy is rocking it shit over there. Such a fun time. He was bragging about how many. I just hit 1,000 bands on this. It's so funny, dude. It's fucking hilarious.
Hey, I needed to pat myself on the back for that.
You never work a day in your life if you love what you do, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
It's like, hey, if we didn't have those 1,000 bands, we'd be at 2,000 people right now on the group page. And
have you actually banned as many people as currently there?
I think it's not even like. It might be like 5%. I don't know. Anyway, but go over there. It's a hoot. It's a whole hell of a fun time. So come back tomorrow night. We're going to be talking about all the new books coming out next week, which is
I might not be here.
Whole lot of books. Oh, yes. Andy might have soccer. It might just be the Gomer Taylor show. Talking about new books coming out. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. We'll talk to David and Adam. See if they'll fucking show up.
Yeah, I can't help you rag on Gomer Taylor tomorrow, probably. Sorry.
He got soccer. He's on the orange team.
I think we are in the orange team. I don't.
Oh, fun! See,
or it's the red team. I don't remember. We're on a team.
Yeah, awesome. Well, again, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We really appreciate it. But most of all, thanks to these guys for hanging out with this guy.
Good times.
We are going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Next time. Oh,